Chicago Bulls are in the play-in tournament in the 9-10 matchup against the Atlanta Hawks today. And that's in this game, it's win or go home or stay home for the Chicago Bulls, I guess, since they are hosting this game at home. Can the Bulls pull out a victory in the play-in tournament? Should they even pull out a victory in the play-in tournament? We're going to talk about it all and more on today's episode of Chicago Bulls Central.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's get into the shits. It's game day as Chicago Bulls are taking on the Atlanta Hawks today in a playing game. Win or go home. Can the Bulls pull out a victory today against a team that they went 2-1 against in the regular season this year? That's what we're hoping that could be the case, and we'll see. I know some Bulls fans are hoping that the Bulls do lose this game, but we'll see. Ayo Dosunmu is available tonight, so that's really good for the Chicago Bulls. A lot of questions there, especially playing against his son and Trae Young. You want to make sure that he's going to be available in that game. Andre Drummond's reportedly a game time decision. I still don't expect Andre Drummond to play, but I'd love to be wrong on that one. But ultimately, we'll see what happens, man. So the Bulls, they still got enough. The Atlanta Hawks are also a team that's very well. They have a lot of injuries themselves, right? They're a little hobbled when it comes down to it. And so, we'll see what happens in this game. The Bulls have more than enough to win this game against the Hawks. The biggest question is, will they win, right? That's always the question with the Chicago Bulls. It's not, can they win against some of these teams? It's, will they win? And, that goes back to the kind of up and down nature, right? The no culture that we have here, the no identity is the better word that we lack here as a Chicago Bulls team. And so it's really always hard to kind of predict it. For those that know and been watching for a while, I haven't predicted Chicago Bulls wins and losses for the better part of 2 years, because that's how unpredictable this team is. You just can never bet on anything with this team. And so because of it, I don't predict wins or losses. I talk about what the Bulls can do to get a win, but I don't predict wins or losses. So, we'll see what happens with that one, man. Hopefully the Bulls can get this game in it. And, we'll see, man. I'm never going to root against my team. Yeah, the Bulls theoretically would have a better draft position if they lose this game, things like that. But I'm never going to root against them. To me, it comes down to just the fact that, if you win, how you win, how do you get this win? How big of a part is Kobe and Ayo in this type of win, right? Does Dalen Terry, especially, with he's going to get minutes with Andre Drummond probably not playing in this game, right? Does he show up and play better in this game? So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. We'll get into it, see how the Bulls can fare in this game, see how they take care of the business that we know that they are capable of taking care of. It's just that they don't do it consistently, and that's always been one of the downsides for the Bulls, and how they guard the three-point shooting. Trae Young is playing in this game. Some Bulls fans, I think rightfully so, do look at that as kind of making it easy for the Bulls to get a win in this game. So we'll see, how much Trae Young hurts that defense, how much they get hot from three, because this is a team where DeJounte, Trae Young, Bogdanovich have all killed the Chicago Bulls at times from three-point range. So how the Bulls defend that three-point line is going to be really important for them to get the victory as well in this game. So, we'll see those. We'll look out for those things as well to see if the Bulls can get that dub there. So let's hope that that's the case, man. I love my team, as everybody knows. You love the Chicago Bulls, but this is also a team that has very well disappointed us a lot. So, hope that the Bulls can come in here. They can take care of the business and see the game plan that Billy Donovan has drawn up for this team as well. And if the Bulls take care of business, we get to move on and face the loser between the Heat and the 76ers. So that's going to be a big thing as well. Not to say that I have them picked to beat the loser between those teams, but with this Bulls team, man, you just never know, right? Right now, the Miami Heat are up 51-39 on the Philadelphia 76ers, but you can't really take too much into that either. Nothing that doesn't mean that anything's done either. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I hope that our team can get a dub. And if they don't, like I said before, if the Bulls do lose this game, it's not the worst case scenario. It's not the worst thing that can happen. And it sucks to say that about your team, but you get a higher draft selection if that's point in time. Maybe that wakes up the front office a little bit more. The one thing I used to look at it, and some of you guys corrected me, and I got to give you credit for it. Is that I used to look at it and say, well, you don't want to give this front office any excuse to keep bringing this team back. But then somebody made the point and said, Haize, they got all the excuses already. They lost Zach LaVine this season for the entire season. You lost Patrick Williams. You had time periods of Kobe, DeMar, Vooch, Io have all missed games at point this season, and we still finished one game worse than what we did last year. And I was like, you know what? You're fucking right. This team is going to find out. If this front office wants to find an excuse, they're going to find an excuse. That just is what it is. That's the nature of this front office. It's unfortunate, but that is the nature of this front office. So, with that all being said, we just got to see how they're going to fare, see how they're going to perform, and let's hope that we come out on the right side of it. And if we don't, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one, man. We got Sydney in the building. Says Io is available to play. Drum is a game time decision. Yep, absolutely. I feel better going into the play-in than I did last year. You know what? I can understand that, Veronica. I can honestly understand that a lot. That's not a bad perspective to have. They call me Heartbreaker. Okay. Bulls Nation C Rare. What's going on, Cisco Rodriguez? Glad to have you in the building. Veronica again. Drum is going to pull a Willis Reed. That's funny. Their offense goes as far as Murray and Trey want it to go. If we disrupt them, we disrupt the whole entire team. I won't say that's for sure because we've seen Bogdanovich get it. Now they also are missing Jalen Johnson, which I think they could still win a game with both those guys off if Jalen and Bogdanovich get hot, but those guys are missing. So you make a good point there, Shay. Bulls by 4 or Hawks by 16. That is hilarious. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in the building. What's going on, Daniel? Glad to have you in the building as always. I wonder which Chicago Bulls we're getting today. You never know, brother. You never know. Me and Pat from the Windy City Breeze were talking earlier, and we both came to the conclusions like I would not be surprised if all of a sudden the Bulls tonight just look like the most amazing team in the NBA. They just come out. The Hawks can't do nothing with them. They stifle them defensively. We get hot offensively. We're just like, where the hell was this team all year? I would not be surprised at all. That's just the nature of being a Bulls fan. What's good, Haize? Potentially last game of the season tonight. Let's hope we see each other again soon in the next pregame show against Philly. Hey, OTR, listen, here's what I'll say. I'm going to be better about this offseason regardless, trying to do at least once every 2 weeks live stream so we can still, of course, when the season first ends, probably not so much, but as we get through the draft, leading up to the draft, things like that, especially through free agency, try to do something like once a night, just probably randomly. Maybe I'll make it like on Wednesday nights. Maybe we will make it and do it like every Wednesday night, every 2 weeks, we do a live. Let's kick it, do a live call in, something like that. I'm trying to figure out how to work that in because last year, I think over the offseason, the only time that we really went live was during the draft, during the opening of free agency. And then I think after media day, and I think we only had 3 live streams, if I'm not mistaken, all during the off season. But I still was posting daily episodes, but we'll see what we can do to mix that up. Also, I did make the decision as well that this off season, when breaking news hits, instead of just pre-recording a video and posting it, I'll just go live. So if the Bulls re-sign DeMar DeRozan, rather than recording a video on the contract details, I'll just go live immediately. That way we can get a little bit more live content that way as well. So look out for that way. That's the biggest change we're gonna have this offseason as well. Veronica, so let's go. Let's go, Veronica. Hey, celebrate the Bulls with crack all day. What? What? Did you just say celebrate the Bulls with crack cocaine all day? My brother, listen, you gotta be better than this, bro. You gotta be better than this, man. You gotta really be better than this, man. I don't know what's going on with you, bro. You gotta lay off the cocaine, bro. You gotta find something better to do. Good day, Haize. What's going on? Brandon Finley, Bulls Nation. Let's get this dub. Meat. I haven't seen you much at all this season. Where you been, brother? Says, what up, Haize? C Red, I'm locked in. Where you been all season, though, bro? Where you been all season? If the Bulls win, I'm gonna get TVO. You said it, Shay. Swag Johnson. That's funny. Don't stop using my government, bro. What are we doing? Hey Hayes, two-way players can't play in the play-in, right? I don't want to see Creechik again. Yeah, two-way players cannot play in the play-in. So, what's good, Hayes? I don't know about y'all. I don't feel great about this game. With this bipolar ass team with so many injuries, not hating, would love to be surprised, but you know how this team. I mean, listen, I don't think anybody can really knock you on that one. Amit says, I like the fit, Hayes. It's clean up there. I appreciate that. Appreciate you all. This has been my season of doing like the different color bull stuff, not just the normal blacks, the reds, the whites. So yeah, I saw this one. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna rock this one for the plane. Well, considering honey is brown and not yellow, I don't think you're eating honey. I think you drink piss. Sam, I think you're actively drinking piss. Is somebody giving you fermented piss and telling you it's honey? Honey's not yellow. What are you talking about, bro? Sam, I know y'all a little weird in Maryland. I know you probably didn't kiss your sister and your first cousin in the mouth with tongues before, but I need you to get your life together, bro. You don't have to be like that anymore. You don't have to live that life anymore. Since Craig is playing the backup center, if I were him, I would have Bruno Fernando chase me around the perimeter because he's not a great perimeter defender. I mean, it's not really a scheme though, Shay. It's not like you're just running out there. You just want him to run it out in the perimeter. Oh, you got me. You missed me. You missed. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? We can beat the Hawks without Drum, but we'll need him on Friday. That's for sure. I definitely agree with you on that one. Yo, see Red playing champions. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Spades and roses. Is this a play-by-play stream? No, so we don't do play-by-play, but I will be hopping on to do a live call. We'll be doing it over on Playback. I'm not sure if you know what Playback is. Me, C-Dub, Bobby, Steve-O will be on the live call there, so make sure you tune in for that. Keen for the game today. Let's go Bulls. Let's hope so. Let's get this dub, man. I was thinking about betting tonight, so I put $100. Got none to lose. I mean, hey, I don't bet money, but it is what it is. Whether we win or lose, just keep the game close and keep it competitive. Keep the word competitive. Bulls gear and Steelers colors, interesting, kind of secretly supporting Justin Fields. So no, it has nothing to do with that. It's just black and yellow. Bulls gear has nothing to do. I didn't even think about that. I don't think about Justin Fields anymore. I don't. We've moved on. Real ones remember last year when you started the stream when we was in the play-in and you thought we lost, but we won. That never happened. Oh no, you mean I didn't think that we lost. I started it because we were losing, and I finished I finished it live, and we watched it as a family because that's when Alex Caruso hit that big shot, and I was screaming. Yeah, I didn't think that we lost. The game wasn't over with yet. What's up, Haize? Might be the last game. Let's make the best of it. I mean, we got next season. DR ain't coming to the game. It's over for us. Hopefully, Trey Young, father, Io can go off. We'll see. We'll see. Six is getting clapped. Yeah, man. Well, they got it almost down to single digits. 11-point lead for Miami, 59-48 right now. If we win today, would rather play the 76ers. If the right Bulls show up, why can't we win? You never know. I mean, anything is technically possible. Let's be clear here. Joel Embiid's a different beast. Peace phase. Who's phase? Not one of the not that it really matters unless we can make the playoffs and then challenge a title contender. This is what brings in pieces. I mean, we've never been a free agent destination, really. So should Hayes call himself Winnie the Pooh? That's funny. That is hilarious. Billy Donovan's plan: step one, go up to Vooch. Step two, pull his wallet out. Step three, buy gum. That's funny. I really want to not care, but I want this dub. Plus, I really want the Bulls to pick Khalil Ware, and it's more likely to do that at 15 instead of 10. I mean, hey, find your wrinkle in there, brother. Hey, Jerry Reinsdorf is the equivalent of Vince McMahon. He's done a lot of great things for the franchise, but every dog has his day, and his day is come and went. Well, that's why Jerry Reinsdorf isn't involved in the day-to-day of the Chicago Bulls. See, the difference in your analogy is that Vince was still extremely hands-on until basically he was forced out. Jerry Reinsdorf only has one mandate: don't go into the luxury tax. Other than that, AK can do whatever the hell he wanted to. If AK wanted to spend $60 million to bring over Dwight Howard, he could do that as long as it doesn't pass the luxury tax. So It's a little bit different in that sense. This could be the last live stream of the season. Sad times. Like I said, I'm gonna find a way to be live a little bit more often than what I was last off season. What's good, Haize? I remember when you gave me advice to help me on my channel, and I took it to heart. We're good, bro. Like, listen, I told you before, Michael. Like, you just gotta focus on the content, bro. That's it. That's the biggest thing. Focus on the content. Once your content is where you want it to be, you can worry about all that other shit. But focus on the content. That's what people are gonna come for. That's what they want from you. And you can't focus on idiots who try to focus on other shit. So there it goes, man. The front office hoping for a run like Miami did last year, 7 to 8 seed making the finals. I mean, that's not going to happen. But I'll tell you this right now: if this Chicago Bulls team, this team goes on a run and they make it, even if they make it out the first round, do you know the conspiracy theories that will exist? Do you know what will happen? This Bulls team, if this team makes it out the first round, which means they would have to beat the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series. If the Chicago Bulls beat Boston in a 7-game series, I am getting Billy Donovan's face tattooed on my left ass cheek. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Is Io playing? Yes, Io is playing. What's good, Haize? I appreciate your advice that you gave me months ago. Hey, listen, that's what I'm here for, bro. Like, people that I actually rock with, advice comes free, man. Advice comes free regardless, but you already know. Crack kills. That's funny. Super Duper Danko says, "Yeah, what's good, my guy? Last game of the season. I am of the mind. I too am of the mindset that a win may be more detrimental than a loss. Go Bulls either way. Hey, listen, let's let the chips fall where they may. Been busy, bro, because of work and shit. But don't worry, I'll be locked in for sure. I always tap in with you on Insta, bro. Oh yeah, you already know, bro. Like I didn't mean that like a hey, you don't fuck with me no more. I just meant that as like a hey, we don't see you around as much as we did last season. Why do we typically lose to the Hawks? I feel like over the last couple of seasons we have won like twice or thrice. I think we have a better record. I think we've been winning a lot since let's see. I know the games always come close, but I think we have a better record than them. So we went 2-1 against them last year. I mean this year. Let's see. Let's look at the last head-to-head matchups. So this season we went 3-1. Last season we went 2-2. The season before that we went 3-1 against them. So we basically over the last now in the 2020-21 season we had we didn't win a single game against them. But and then in the 2019-20 season we won all 3 games against them. So no, we actually have won considerably more games against the Hawks recently than not. So what? Dog almost got shot. Lloyd Dingle, the meat man. Yeah, that's me. That's the meat man. The meat man. That's crazy. Oh man, where did you get that hat? Go Bulls, F Liverpool, F Manchester City, up the Reds, glory, Manchester United. I got this hat off Culture Kings. That's where this hat came from. So Sam from Maryland, laugh my ass off. You got me on that one. Hey, you know we family, bro. Haize hot, the best Chicago sports wardrobe, and it's not even close. Oh yeah, absolutely. Nobody can mess with me on the drip. It's a way of life. You got to commit to the drip life. You got to commit to that. Actually, never mind. I can't release that information. But just know there's something special coming to my drip wardrobe that's going to set it apart from anybody else's anything. Like we got a piece coming. We got a piece coming. Haize out here looking like a bumblebee. That's now see that's a good joke. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Black and Yellow, wonder what your favorite song is. My favorite song is actually Cruising by Smokey Robinson. And then next up after that is Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe by Kendrick Lamar. Third on my list of all-time favorite songs is How Do You Mend a Broken Heart by Al Green. After that is Bad and Bougie. I love that song for some reason. Judge Me Not, Judge One Titty Auntie. After that be the Dipset anthem, and then probably Knock Yourself Out, Jadakiss. What's that, a top 6? Did I give a hot 6 on that one? That's off the top of the dome. Off the top of the dome. Joe looking injured and slow, though. I don't know about different beasts, at least currently. I mean, I don't agree with that. Like, he came back averaging 30 points over the first 4 games he came back. I think his conditioning probably is catching up with him. But for some reason, everybody finds a way to get in rhythm against the Bulls, though. But I feel where you're coming from on that one. Out with Wifey, just wanted to drop in and show love. Y'all like the video and subscribe to Unc. Appreciate you, Quentin. Am I officially in my Unc era? Is that where I am right now? Everybody's calling me Unc. Am I officially in my Unc era? That's crazy. I guess so. By the way, my oldest son turned 18 today. Today's my son's 18th birthday. Everybody say happy birthday, Xavier, in the chat. Give some love to my oldest son, Xavier, man. Got to show that young man some love. Such a proud, like, he committed to college this weekend, man. Y'all make sure y'all give my oldest son, Xavier, some love, man. Just do that for me. That'll warm my heart. Y'all ain't got to do nothing else for me other than that. But just give X some love, man. That he's such an amazing young man, amazing son, amazing brother. He's literally, I couldn't ask for a better son. So, shout out to my son Xavier, man. And I doubt he's watching. I think he's out with his friends eating seafood for his birthday. But it is what it is. We celebrated his birthday this past weekend. But yeah, he's out doing his thing right now. But just happy birthday to my oldest son, man. I love you. If you are watching, if you're not, you can come back and watch this later. But happy birthday to Xavier, my prince, and the one of the most important people in my life, man. So had to spend some time giving little man some love. By the way, I'm trying to get his picture up. Shout out to Xavier. Shout out to X, man. Happy birthday, X. 18 years old. I have an adult child, technically. That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy. That's what that is. That's crazy. 18 years. That's crazy, man. That's funny. Not the ass cheek face tattoo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, yes, Haize. If the Bulls beat Boston, continuity will remain. Brace yourselves, everybody. Man, if the Bulls oh my God. If the Bulls even win 2 games against Boston, AK is going to trot his little ass out there. He's going to sit there on the end of the season press conference. He's going to sit there and be like, we're bringing it back. And then just walk off. That's all he's going to say. That's it. He doesn't need to say anything else. Yeah, you were right about that, loser. I didn't gain anything, but I'm surprised you watched my channel. Listen, here's the honest thing. I watch just a little. I try to check out everybody. That's just the God's honest truth. If you're a Chicago sports content creator and you pop up on my radar, I try to watch. I can't watch. I don't usually have time to watch every episode from every other creator, but I always try to lend my support because I understand, man. I understand how much work it takes. I understand how much time it has to go in. I understand the times where you wake up and you're like, hey man, is anybody actually listening to this shit? So yeah, I try to watch everybody's stuff as best as I can, man. I got the Bulls tonight for the win. Hey, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Yes, Io is playing. Io is playing tonight, brother. Everybody, Io is playing. I should put that probably in the title so everybody knows. MC Season says, "What's good, Haize? Hope y'all doing well. We doing all right. All right, now the 76ers are down by 5. They're down by 5. Getting a little interesting over there." Oh, the meat man from Locked. You know what? I completely forgot about that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Know what Haize brought the Bulls belt buckle with the big ass horns? No, I didn't buy that. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. Hey, speaking to Jadakiss, he murdered 50 Cent a couple of years ago when he said, "You ain't a problem child, you're a child with a problem." Greatest punchline in a diss song. I won't say that's the greatest. It was dope, though. It was dope. All the happy birthday to Xavier. Appreciate that, man. If you over 35, them youngins gonna unk you to death. That's what I'm noticing for sure. Nah, Haize, you gotta put Judge and One to the Auntie on a t-shirt. I can't ever put that on a t-shirt. I would love to. That's crazy. A Sagittarius with the Aries sun. Perfect. Hey man, that is what it is. You have a grown son. You're 100% in the unk phase of life. I guess so. That's crazy. Hey, I'd rather be in the unk phase of life than the great. Like, there are so many people my age. I'm 37 years old, and I was scrolling Facebook the other day, right? Like, I was scrolling Facebook, and I was like, you know how many people that I went to school with that are grandparents now? Like, y'all was fucking. Like, for real. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all was fucking, and your kids was fucking. Like, that's crazy. How if you a grandparent before the age of 40, hey man, you was out here. You was out here. You was out here. You was out here. That's crazy. The day we win a championship is the day Haize just shows up in the Benny the Bull complete mascot set. Oh no, it ain't even gonna be that. I'm gonna be too. I told y'all, if the Bulls win a title while I have this podcast, right? Like, prayers up to God that it happens. I am going to be so wasted that I don't even know if I'm going to be aware enough to stop the stream. It may be a 24-hour stream because I'm going to get so drunk that I will pass out, and y'all just going it's going to be me sleep on the mic like this. They're going to be like, "Hey y'all, this Chicago Bulls content creator got so drunk he sleep. He's still on the stream sleep right now." Yeah, that's probably what happened. Probably what happened. Do you ever look at your kid and be like, "Man, it was just yesterday I was changing your diapers and accidentally dropping you"? One thing I gotta give myself credit: I never accidentally dropped a kid. Never, never. Now, my son did roll off the couch one time, but technically, that's not a drop. That's not a drop. So I've never dropped a kid. But yeah, there's definitely times where I look at him and be like, "Where has the time gone?" Drums warming up. Okay, okay. All I know is there's going to be a lot of commenters in here going to be high on crack and all sorts of shit. That's crazy. Dre's warming up. Okay. All right. We got action. We got action. Andre Drummond's warming up. Okay. Don't get my hopes up. Do not get my hopes up. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anybody has said anything. Doesn't look like anybody's tweeted anything about an official status yet. Did y'all know that Kyle Korver is the assistant GM of the Atlanta Hawks? Did anybody know that? Casey Johnson just tweeted out that Kyle Korver in the house, the Hawks assistant GM, was go-to quote for many of us to beat back in the Tibbs days. That's crazy. Kyle Korver is the assistant GM of the Atlanta Hawks. Man, has time flown by, man. That's crazy. That's wild. Haize, the Bulls should trade Zach to the Warriors. Steph needed number 2 because Clay is gone, and they need a successor to Steph. They will have cap space. I still don't think they'll have cap space. That's why it's so crazy, because I think even if the Warriors let Clay leave, I think they're still over the luxury tax. I don't think they're over the second apron. I'm looking up to verify that just so I can make sure I'm giving you the right info, not blowing smoke. So, yeah, they will not have cap space. So even without signing anybody, they are still $6 million into the luxury tax. Without re-signing Clay, without doing anything with Chris Paul, they are still $6 million in the luxury tax. That's why the Warriors' whole situation is so weird. It's so weird. Yeah, I read about that. That's crazy. I had no idea. No idea. How far deep in the playoffs do the Bulls have to go for you to personally consider that we had a decent season? Bro, nothing. Like I said, we've had a decent. Know we've had a decent season. We did have a decent season. Decent. Decent is the key word there. But I think for me, nothing changes because that's all that you have. That's all that you have left. Like you it's not really much that you look at and you're saying is going to raise the ceiling of this team, in my opinion. But hey, I've been wrong before. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Like I've said over on Locked On, I said it here, is that all right. What the fuck just happened? I've said it here is the fact that nothing changes what needs to be done this offseason, my personal opinion. So happy birthday to nephew Xavier, your old ass Haize. Love you, my guy. Keep up the great work as a father and consistent content creator. You're one of the best, brother. I appreciate that, Vern. Appreciate you, brother. AAs, I'm not gonna lie. Me and Jonte went at it on Insta. LOL. He traveled one play versus us, and he clapped back at me on Insta. Then he deleted the tweet. That's crazy. That's funny. That's actually funny. Hayes, there's here's a trade. The Bulls trade Wiggins and CP3 plus first round pick, maybe Gary Payton second. No, I don't want CP3 on this team at all. Didn't they just give Clay the bag? No, Clay's a free agent at the end of this year. He's a free agent at the end of this year. Last pregame show of the year. How we feeling, Hayes? Interesting is all I can say. LOL, you definitely stand on that. Respect. I appreciate that. Should the Bulls buy out Carter? They won't. You won't buy out a player with 2 years left on the contract. If he had only 1 year, maybe, but they're not going to buy him out. Yeah, but the problem with that is Big Diesel is that you can only trade, or I think only half of his salary counts towards it if it's non-guaranteed at the most, or they'd have to guarantee it. Neither one of those things really work. Clay going to Philly. I mean, Philly is going to have the Philly only has 3 players under contract next year. They're going to spend that money on somebody. Should the Bulls go for Clay? No, JB. No. That's like asking if they should go for a pimple on their ass. No. No. Wait, Io. Yes, Io is playing. They already announced that he is playing for sure. Drum is the game time decision, so we're waiting to see what they do with Andre Drummond. See if KC has said anything. So I haven't said anything about that yet. Will we play the Heat again? I mean, it's not looking likely. The Heat are up right now by 5 at the end of the third quarter, so there's still more than enough time for the 76ers to come back. So it's a possibility. Bulls offseason plans: sleep, chew gum, promise sweet nothings, and fidget with pens on their desk. That's crazy. It's crazy. Hayes, we need Javante next year for real, for real. Yep, I agree with that. Well, depending on how you make up the roster. Hayes, I just read that they can cut CP3. Yes, they can cut CP3, but that's different if you use them in a trade. If you use them in a trade, only half or I think the guaranteed portion of his contract counts towards salary matching. So it would make it more difficult for that salary to match. So yeah, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Bring on 76ers. We'll see. Up to now, damn, to change that quick. No, not up to now. Hayes, I believe that Zach LaVine will be traded to the New York Knicks because Jalen Brunson needs another second option when it comes to scoring. And then Julius Randle may look to be traded. Well, I think the Knicks have their eyes set on Donovan Mitchell. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see. If the Bulls lose tonight and somehow win the draft lottery, knowing that this year's draft is weak, who should we go after? Sar, Klingon, Topic, Busilis, Castle, any UConn 2024 champs. I mean, if the Bulls win the lottery, probably Sar. In that case, probably Sar. As a mate says, do you think Lonzo will return to play straight away to start next season, or will they take a very cautious approach? I mean, both things can be true. He can return to play, but they're going to take a cautious approach regardless. You're looking at probably at a cap next year at the most. Lonzo's probably going to play 45 to 50 games. That's factoring in not playing on back-to-backs. That's factoring in there's going to be some scheduled days of rest. That's factoring in there's going to be some times where it's not scheduled rest and he still has to sit. So 50 games, 45 to 50 games is probably the max you're going to see Lonzo Ball play next year if he's even cleared to come back. I was thinking about going to this game, but I was like, yeah, no, I'll wait when we are legit contenders. Hey, I feel that. Them playoff seats ain't no joke, man, as far as price. I just got a wave of nerves for the Bulls while watching the intensity of the 76ers Heat game. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I think it's going to really be fun. Now, watch me say that, and it's a blowout. But I think it's going to be a fun game. Tailspin says, would you actually accept a healthy Lonzo coming off our bench in the future? Yeah, for sure. I mean, if he's healthy, absolutely. The Bulls get Wiggins, Peyton the second, Kuminga, and a role player in the first. If they give up that, then you take that. They're not going to give up Kuminga. They're not going to give him up. Do you see how he's been such an important part of them even having a surge there at some part in the season? I don't think they give him up for anything. Non-Bulls related, but even though George McCaskey hasn't been the owner for all the championships, Virginia ran it. But do you put them over Jerry as owners, though? Football is more of a team sport than basketball. I mean, I don't know, man. That's a great question, but I need some time to really think and look over some things. Off the top of my head, I'll probably say yeah, but yeah, that's a really great question there, Vern. That's one that I need some time to think over. Mitt said, Haize, last playoff game I went to was when D Rose hit the game winner versus Cavs. Damn, you were at that game? That's a crazy game to be at. Crazy game to be at. Haize, I thought you wanted Lonzo gone. No, I'm not. So the thing with Lonzo is this. If Lonzo, you have to factor in the risk. Like if Lonzo's going to be healthy, then yeah, Lonzo's here, right? And by healthy, I mean he's cleared to play. He's still gonna, like I said, he's not gonna be the same old Lonzo. That's just not gonna happen, especially not in the first year. But if there's any inkling that he's not gonna be cleared, I think that the Bulls should file the career-ending injury exception. But it's not that I just don't like Lonzo. No, it's not it. It's just that you gotta play the risk versus reward. I don't think so, bro. I think at this point that the Golden State Warriors are prepared to just naturally phase into the next wave. I don't think they're going to give up any other young assets so Steph can have some legit last magical run. Don't think that. I feel like Lonzo is a time bomb because he has no cartilage in one knee already. How healthy can the other knee be? I mean, I feel you. We should have effing won that series 2-1 against the Cavs. Shit still pisses me off. Yeah, that was a crazy series, man. What up, Haize? Praising for a win so we get to see DR out there rooting for dad. Well, I mean, we'll see. If you're hoping for a win to see DR DeRozan, that says a lot, man. And that's what we've come to. That is legit what we've come to. That is crazy. They're tied now, are they? Yes, they are. 74 all. That's crazy. Sydney says the Bulls ain't gonna do shit this offseason, but the Sky and Bears making moves. Listen, I don't know if you guys got to see my daily episode today, but I talked about what Acme can learn from the other GMs around Chicago, man. And hopefully they take that to heart. Hopefully they take it to heart. There's always 70% of his former self at the start of the season, then you got to move on. Well, the thing is, you can't at that point. Nobody's going to trade for him. You can't cut him. He'll be cleared, right? So you can't just do it with a contract at that point in time. Do they have the starting lineups out? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Starters out there tonight: Ayo Dosunmu, Kobe White, Nikola Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso. That means Javonte Green's coming off the bench. Dalen Terry's going to come off the bench. Has there been anything said about Drum being cleared or not yet? Let's take a look at KC's Twitter. Still nothing I see about Drum as of yet. Never heard of someone wearing through cartilage in one knee and the other knee is fine. Feel where you come from there. Hey, so who do you think is going to get the final shot for the Bulls in a tie game? I mean, come on, bro. Everybody in their mama knows who's going to get it. Rosen, Arnell. Emar, Arnell, Rosen is going to get the last shot because there's no D's. He doesn't play no defense. So, Haize, what's your opinion on if we get Lonzo, Kobe, Debo lineup? Lonzo's not going to start if he comes back. Not going to start at all. Who do you want to win, the Bulls or the Heat? Or you mean Philly or the Heat? I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. When I tell y'all that, I really do not care anymore. By that I mean, like, it's not that I want the Bulls to lose or anything. None of this matters to me. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, if the Bulls make it out to play into the playoffs, maybe my mindset would change. But as it stands right now, nothing that the Bulls can do in this playing game changes what needs to happen in the offseason to me. Nothing. Steely says Haize hats have done more for the Bulls than Jerry and Acme combined. That's crazy. That's crazy. Andre was running on the court and jumping. Looked fine to me. All right. Okay. Kobe playing masterclass. I'm willing it into existence from Chop Jr. The Bulls beat the 76ers in Philly with Embiid this season. I was at that game. I think we can beat them. I mean, we can beat anybody, but will we is the bigger question here. That's the bigger question, is will we? Will we? Omar Rosen gave all the D's to his side chicks. That is wild. The playing team still had the highest attendance in the league, right? Haize? Yes, we had the highest attendance in the league. Total attendance. I don't think Lonzo's ever going to return to a starting position. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Sox. I'm a Sox fan, not a Cubs fan, but I do want to see. I'll root for the Cubs in the playoffs, right? Like, but I'm a Sox fan through and through. Acme needs to talk with Ryan Poles to learn how to finesse the Warriors like Poles finesse the Panthers. That's funny. With all the injuries the Bulls have had and how we managed to turn it around a bit to make play-ins, if the Bulls make the playoffs, is this a successful season? It depends on how you look at it, man. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. My ideal starting five next year is Kobe, Ayo, Zach, Rui, and Vanderbilt. Where's the center? Where's the center? No center? Bench five, Caruso, Terry Green, Paul Vooch. Reserves Bateem, Phillips, Sanogo, Craig. Yeah, bro. Okay. Reginald, listen. Reginald. Never mind, bro. Never mind. You just made my head hurt, bro. You just made my head hurt. We still have to play Boston if we win the play-in. Exactly. I don't watch baseball. Is it worth getting into? I mean, hey, everybody has their own enjoyment of sports. I like baseball. I like watching it live more than watching it on TV. But I do follow baseball. Triple B says, "Sup, Haize? Been struggling, so I missed basically all season. Good to tune in with you again. All love. Hey, glad to have you in the building, brother." Do you believe he be paying Billy and Gum to take all the games when that's hilarious? You know how Jonte Porter got caught gambling Billy Donovan gets caught on a gum scandal. Like, it's just that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. That's bananas, actually. But all right, guys, that's my time, man. We're gonna get ready. We're about 15 minutes away from game time. Let me do a quick check though, see if we got any updates on Andre Drummond's situation or not. Hopefully, Drummond can get cleared to play. I had my doubts that he would. I don't see anything out there yet on Andre Drummond officially being available for tonight. So take that for what you will. Take that for what you will. As a mate says, watching Batum be 6'9" right now, giving me flashbacks. I mean, he's done it to us a lot of times. Pause. Auntie Goons in the building. Shout out to Auntie in the building. Shout out to Auntie. Andre is playing. Is that for sure? I don't see that anywhere though. Where did you see that? I need to validate that source before I get myself excited about it. I don't see anything on the Bulls Twitter. Let's check KC. KC hasn't said nothing about it yet. Nothing from KC. Chuck sometimes says some stuff. Let's see. See if Chuck got anything. Nothing from Chuck. So where are you seeing that at, bro? Where are you seeing it? But all right, y'all. I'll be back at halftime, man. I love you guys. You guys already know what it is, man. I see a reporter saying it. See a reporter saying it's trending the way on the court, not official. Oh, okay. It's trending that way. All right, we'll see. We'll see. But all right, man. I love you guys. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, man. I'll be back at halftime, man. Let's get this dub. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red if you can, y'all.